Hello, I'm Mark Morabito, President and Chief Executive Officer of Crosshair Exploration and Mining Corporation. Crosshair is a leading mineral exploration company focused on exploring and developing uranium deposits in the central mineral belt of Labrador, Canada's next big uranium mining district. An aggressive drill program is currently underway with the objective of rapidly expanding deposit development. Thank you.
Welcome to 21st Century Business. I'm Alexander Haig. The increased demand for electricity, coupled with global warming, dictates that electricity be created as cleanly as possible. Nuclear power plants are experiencing a renaissance as an efficient, safe, and viable alternative. Mark Morabito, President and CEO of Crosshair Exploration and Mining, is here to discuss an aggressive drill program that is currently underway to supply uranium to plants. Welcome, Mark. We're delighted to have you.
Good to be here.
Good. Now, Mark, why is this nuclear renaissance emerging in the first place?
Global warming. The world needs to provide reliable baseload power to growing Western economies and also to the developing world. And in fact, really, it's China and China's explosive growth, which is projected to continue for the next 20 to 30 years, that's driving the nuclear renaissance.
Very good. Now, how, Mark, is Crosshair Exploration a part of this new era in energy?
Well, nobody's looked for uranium for the last 30 years. It was a commodity that traded at a very low price, $9 a pound. It's currently trading upwards of $80 or $90 a pound. And that's because it's recognized that we need the fuel for the reactors that we have to build to provide the clean power. And so there's a rush on to find the deposits necessary to provide the fuel for the reactors. And we got in the game at the right time before the price of uranium really shot up, and we were able to get a great position, a good hold on some good properties.
For more, let's go to this 21st Century Business Field Report.
A lack of mining investment due to oversupply and low commodity prices has left the world with a resounding shortfall in uranium. Crosshair Exploration and Mining has entered the race to discover and deliver the next world-class uranium mine and is advancing its uranium project in central Labrador on Canada's northeastern seaboard.
Crosshair's focus is on its uranium project in the central mineral belt of Labrador, and it's been focused there for the last 4 years. 785 square kilometers of land, and we have a number of different targets across the property, enough to keep us drilling for the next several years. And we have an established independent 43101 resource.
Crosshair offers an investment opportunity with great growth potential. It is a solid company that is building a world-class uranium resource in neighboring and politically stable Canada, the world's largest uranium producer.
The investment community is looking for companies that have existing resources that are capable of being expanded, and properties in particular that have the potential to hold more than one resource. So that puts us in a good position. Most of the uranium companies out there today don't have an independently verified resource. They only have prospective ground. And so I think it puts us in a completely different category now, having published that independent resource, and puts us in a very competitive position in the marketplace going forward.
It's really exciting work. There's definitely a lot of uranium out there, and this summer in particular we've had some really good holes with upscale and core.
As the race to deliver the world's next uranium mines progresses, certain players will emerge as leaders. Those with actual uranium deposits that have expansion potential, those with projects that have multi-deposit potential, and those projects that are situated in stable jurisdictions will have the best chance at being successful. At a time when the world is increasingly focused on global warming, nuclear energy has proven itself over the last 25 years to be an environmentally friendly alternative for electricity production. Crosshair believes it will play a key role in fueling this nuclear renaissance. and doing its part in making the planet a cleaner and greener place to live. For 21st Century Business, I'm Michael Clark reporting.
Now, Mark, tell us a little about Crosshair Exploration.
Well, Crosshair is focused on developing its uranium assets in the central mineral belt of Labrador, just north of the island of Newfoundland in Canada.
What is your main focus for the year 2008?
Well, we're looking to expand our deposits and demonstrate the potential to take those deposits to the mining stage. So they're not early stage. They're now moving into a stage where we're looking at pre-feasibility for mining. And not only do we have one main deposit that is now at that stage, but we've also got other emerging deposits on the property, and we're looking to establish their overall potential for mining as well.
Tell us about your current exploration project.
Mostly it's a focus on drilling. Projects, once you identify a deposit, you have to establish its size, and that's all about drill definition. And in addition, as I mentioned, we have other areas where we've made new discoveries, so it looks like we have new deposits. So the focus is on deposit definition in 2008.
Good. Now let's discuss uranium more in depth. How much uranium does a nuclear reactor use?
It uses anywhere between 500,000 pounds to 1 million pounds a year.
Now, uranium still maintains quite a political stigma. How is this being overcome?
Well, necessity is the mother of invention. We need clean power. If you look at China, for example, you have one coal-fired electric plant coming on per week. And China's coal is what we call dirty coal, as opposed to what you see in Virginia here, which is a little bit cleaner. If China is allowed to emerge fully into the Western economy without nuclear power being the backbone of its electricity generation, we're all going to pay a big price for it. We have to provide this power. We have to provide it cleanly, not only for China, but for growing Western economies. And France is leading the way. There's 78% nuclear power generation. And that model is now being exported to China and the rest of the world, and that's why there's a nuclear renaissance, and that's why we need uranium, especially right now, after no one's looked for it for 30 years.
Okay. Now, how much power is currently generated by nuclear energy in the United States?
Well, it's about 18% from, I think, about 105 reactors.
Now, how many nuclear reactors will be needed to meet the growing demand of electricity in the period we're speaking of?
Well, in the United States, I think you're looking at a doubling of the present number of reactors. So another 100 reactors over the next 15 to 20 years, and it's my understanding that there are 50 reactors currently in the development or planning stages in the United States.
How does this allow the U.S. to combat global warming?
I think the American approach is going to have to get more aggressive, and I think it will get more aggressive, particularly as American citizens see the impact in China and other parts of the world, those coal plants coming offline, the actual tonnage of carbon dioxide reducing, and take a closer look at the safety record. I think Americans are going to get behind this again, and the nuclear renaissance will take hold in the U.S. as well.
How does the market value your company, Mark?
Well, we have no revenue as most explorers don't. So we're in the deposit definition stage. So as you prove up pounds in the ground, you define your in situ value of uranium. You're given credit for that in the market at a price per pound, which ranges anywhere between $5 and $10 a pound, depending on the actual price of uranium. And that's how your market cap is established. And the biggest growth in market cap occurs in the deposit definition stage.
Well, now, how do you make money for your shareholders if you have no revenue?
Well, again, it's the increase in share price, the increase in the market capitalization of the company, and that's done by drilling. Once you're at our stage and you have a deposit, and it looks like deposits, plural, that we're working with here, you simply concentrate on the drilling, you define the in situ value with the highest degree of reliability that you can,